Live Q&A. We do this every single week on my channel. I'm Dan Vass. If you're new to my channel, welcome. This is basically where I answer any and all questions about online business, living the life of your dreams, starting a successful e-commerce business, whether it's Amazon FBA, Shopify. We talk about all kinds of online businesses here. I've gone through this whole journey myself several years ago. I started and I'm going to talk about it in this live Q&A as I do. I probably mention it about every single live Q&A because I know that it's very motivational for people. I'm just going to adjust the mic volume here, but welcome. If you're new here, and by the way, yes, the sun is setting here in Oslo, Norway. I'm loving my stay here. It is absolutely incredible. I'm super happy to be here, super grateful that I have the freedom to be able to live in a place where life is more or less normal. Maybe you know or not, but the corona restrictions are not so strict here, I would say, compared to back home. Back home, and I'm from Canada, they just announced that they closed the gyms again, they closed the bars again, they closed the restaurants again. And if you are a regular person, you don't really have the option to pack up and just take your work with you. Just take your stuff and go, as I do. And I only have this because I was able to, embark on this journey of online business and figure out whether it's possible, figure out whether it was for me, figure out how to do it all and make a living out of it. So if you're new here, or if you just joined, just say your name and then where you're from. I always like to see where all my viewers are from. Oh, wow, we got a lot of people in here. Awesome. Cool. So I switched the live Q&A time a little bit earlier because I am in Europe now. So it's a little bit better for me. It's like 6 o'clock here on a Saturday. So I will go for a while though. I'm probably gonna go for like an hour. Yeah, the background is pretty crazy, right? The background is pretty crazy. It's super nice. I don't know why it's yellow on my screen here. I'm gonna try to kind of like adjust I have a light above my face, but anyway, if you have any questions at all about online business, e-commerce, how to live an amazing life, how to achieve financial freedom, you can ask me, a guy who has gone through it all, who has failed, succeeded finally, who has traveled the world, been able to do it through online business and through, this whole journey. And I'm here to answer any questions that you have. So anything at all. Let's see, what do we have here? I'm gonna get the chat open. But I want to tell you guys, I'm so grateful that I am able to do this live Q&A. I remember in 2017 when I would upload a video and I would literally get 3 views. And I had like maybe 64 subscribers or something. I would check every day and I would get like 65 subscribers, 66, 67. No one watched my videos, right? At the time, I had already, when I had 66 subscribers, I think either I was on my way to a successful online business or I already had my first Amazon FBA business. I'm not sure exactly, but I know that around that time, it was early 2017, I was 21, now I'm 24. And I was just so excited about everything. I still am. And honestly, I visualized everything to this day. Everything that I visualized, every goal that I set for myself turned out considerably better than I could ever have imagined. Just this, like, it's crazy, right? This is where I'm staying right now. I'm renting this apartment. You can find like short-term rentals anywhere you go. Just because I will be going back home for Christmas, visiting family and stuff. But I am trying to, we'll see. I'll probably make Norway like my permanent base, at least during this whole Corona thing. Like I really love it out here. So yeah. Okay, we got Marius. Marius is from Norway, actually, I think, with your last name, Olsen. Welcome, Marius. Hello, do you speak French? You ask me this every single live Q&A. Yes, I speak French. Oui, je parle français. Some people in Canada speak French, some people don't. I'm one of those that speak English and French. I kind of grew up, I guess, like going to a French school, and I also grew up near the border of the two. There's like an area in Canada called Quebec, and that's where people speak French. So I guess I grew up sort of close, but I grew up in an English-speaking part of Canada. But I went to a French school. My parents put me in a French school, which I'm very grateful for. Hello from Croatia. I've never been to Croatia. I'd love to go. Indonesia. That's Bali's in Indonesia, right? I actually wanted to get out to Bali like in 2017. I still want to, but in the future now. Someone's from Alaska. Thomas from Bergen. Nice, from Bergen. I haven't been out there actually, but that's on the west side of Norway. It's a super beautiful place. I know that Kygo's from there. Okay, so let me adjust the light. So just drop your questions here. I'm gonna go in order, and we're gonna be able to have a good live Q&A here. So, and then later on, I'm actually gonna answer the question of like, how do you know whether you should start an online business, whether it's for you or not? So, someone asked me, where are you right now? I'm in Oslo, Norway. For me, what makes you most watchable is your simplicity, the way you describe the details of setting up a Shopify store. Thank you. I really appreciate that comment. I always try to make, even though a lot of people say I do speak very fast, which I do, it's kind of like I know some people say it's a good thing, some people say it's a bad thing, but I do speak very fast. I try, even though I try to make my videos the most, like as much to the point as possible, if you know what I mean. Because like, you know, people don't have time. You guys just want to know how to make the money, right? I know. Do you offer mentorship? Yes. So the company that I own, Ecom Freedom, which is the banner of my channel, that is the company that I've built from scratch. And there's basically me. There's a $1 million Shopify brand owner. There's a $1 million Amazon seller. And basically we have 2 courses, Shopify Freedom and Ecom Freedom, Amazon FBA. And so whether you want to learn Shopify, whether you want to learn Amazon, we have those products there. We've been doing this for like several years. Have tons of success stories with students. So yeah, the links for those are below if you're interested in that. The price for the Amazon course will be going up to $1,200 because that has been completely remade. We got a new box set out. We got a new, just the whole thing. Like there's like tools, box set. The mentorship's been upgraded. Yeah, just a lot of stuff. So the price that it's selling at right now, everyone's been saying it's too low. So that's why I will be increasing it by Christmas or before Christmas. With zero experience in business, no contacts, not good in handling computers, and a retiree, can I start an Amazon FBA business? Now, of course, yes, you can. I think the first question, though, would be, is an online business the thing for you? Should you start an online business? And actually, that brings us into this specific question that I wanted to kind of like address here in this live Q&A. It's very important to everyone that's watching this video, this live right now. And thank you for being on here. I'm very grateful for you watching this. Like I told you, I remember I used to have 3 people watching my live, right? You always start somewhere. But my life changed when I realized, or when I learned this one lesson. And I learned this from several books, but there was one book that specifically really hammered it in. And that was Reality Transurfing by Vadim Zeland. You can read it. You don't have to. It's pretty long. It's pretty esoteric, meaning it's very in the clouds, almost like, I don't want to say fantasy, but it's way more advanced than even just regular law of attraction stuff. It's not The Secret. It's like The Secret times 100. Anyway, what I learned from that book was that in life, if you want to live the best possible life, you must walk through your own door. You must walk through your own door. So what does that mean? So that means, okay, I'll give you an example. So this is an example from my personal life, a personal anecdote here. When I was starting out with entrepreneurship, I just wanted to figure out a way to make money while traveling. I wanted to be in a place like this, like I am now in Norway a few years later. Being able to make money, being able to be self-sustaining, and not have to worry about just how to live, general expenses like paying for food and paying for rent and stuff. And that's I knew that. I just wanted to travel. I wanted to be able to sustain myself while doing it, and that's the biggest problem back then. I would travel, I would go on a road trip or something across America, which I've done 6, I think. I've driven across America 6 times, back and forth. Yeah, that's a separate thing. But I would leave with like $5,000, maybe $3,000, and then I would come back when my money ran out, right? So I didn't want to, every time I came back, I was like depressed. I was like, ugh, why do I have to? Why does life have to be this way? Why do I have to, go? Like, why do I have to like work so hard to save up the money, then go travel, and then it's a pain in the ass to like get time off work too, and then come back and then live the same old bullshit, right? Live the same old life. So I was like, okay, there must be a way. And I saw people, they were like, traveling the world, they were making money while doing it. And so basically, leading to this anecdote. So after I had done enough of these road trips, I came back, and this was at the time when I was working at the bank. I was studying at university, and I got a job at the bank. I knew a few weeks into the job working at the bank that there was no choice for me other than to become an entrepreneur, because many reasons. I talk about this every single week, but as you know, the salaries that people get paid today, and it's not even to mention the fact that selling your time for money, right? Like, like the famous Warren Buffett said, the most successful investor of all time. I think, that he's the most successful investor of all time. He said, if you don't find a way to make money in your sleep, you're going to be broke forever, right? And by broke, he meant that basically your life shouldn't just go on like life support when you get sick, when you can't work, when you just can't show up to your job, right? So basically he meant like if you don't find a way to stop selling your time for money, you're just going to be broke forever. So a few years ago, when I realized at the bank, okay, I have to find a way to make an income that's not tied to my time, I started to learn about online business, because obviously the internet, it's growing, it's still growing. Obviously, it's still in the early stages. And I started looking I literally went on YouTube one day and I typed in how to make money online. Just like you somehow found my channel, and you somehow found, somehow you got here, watching my face here, talking with this incredible view, and, talking about my life experience, and hopefully giving you some inspiration and some answers to your questions, and to your, some guidance for your life, I guess, from someone who's done it, from someone who by society standards has made it. Although I think I've far from made it. It's all relative in life, right? But going back to the personal anecdote about walking through your own door, when I started with Amazon FBA, grew that business, and then I started YouTube. And then as I made more YouTube videos, people asked me to make a course about Amazon FBA, like everything that I knew, so that people don't have to make the same dumb mistakes that I made, so that people don't have to waste the thousands of dollars that I wasted on failed products. And so this is where that walking through your own door. So when I started my Amazon business, I knew it was my door. Like, I knew from the bottom of my heart, once I found Amazon FBA, that was it. That was it. This is my door right now, right here. It might not be what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, but it was my door. That's what I thought at the time, right? Of course, I'm still heavily involved in Amazon FBA, and obviously it's grown into much, much more, like coaching millions of people around the world, and just not even Amazon anymore. It's just like e-commerce in general, how to build an e-commerce brand, Amazon, Shopify, and then owning this company, owning Ecom Freedom with 13 to 15 employees here, a ton of e-commerce talent, I think combined like, multiple seven figures in e-commerce earnings per year. But so I did that. That was my journey. The whole time I felt like I was walking through my own door. Well, for my personal anecdote here, I had a friend who I was cleaning windows with at the time. I quit my bank job and I wanted to just, find a way to funnel money into my Amazon FBA business. And so I was like, okay, well, I want to be an entrepreneur. I don't want to work at the bank. I was so fed up. I was just tired of it. I'm not recommending you do this, by the way. But, I was just young and naive, I guess, whatever. So I'm like, okay, we can do, me and my friend, who also was fed up of his job, and we were about the same age. He was like, yeah, I want to start an online business as well. And so, but I also want to like do window cleaning or whatever in the meantime. So we tried landscaping, but the lawnmower couldn't fit in my Jetta. I had a Volkswagen Jetta. So, we tried putting the lawnmower in the back of my car, and it literally leaked gasoline all over the back of my car. So I'm like, yeah, like screw this, it's not going to work. So, basically then we were like, hey, what else can we do where we could just use my car? Because, having a car at a young age is a huge asset. What can we do that's using my car? So we're like, okay, window cleaning. How are we going to do it? Never cleaned windows before. YouTube, just like learning anything nowadays is through YouTube, right? So we went on YouTube, we typed in like how to do window cleaning, how to sell window cleaning, and we figured it out. Anyway, he also ended up starting his Amazon business. We were very aligned. And I was telling him too, I was like, hey, like you should start doing YouTube as well. Like, sharing your experiences, and whatever that comes out doesn't have to end in a course. It doesn't have to end in teaching people. It can just be vlogging. It can just be you posting motivational things, right? There are so many paths you can take. And that's the great thing about the internet. So I remember he was telling me like, no, I don't want to do YouTube. I'm just going to stick with Amazon. I'm like, okay, no problem. It's your life, right? Like, what's best for you genuinely. So yeah, so I grew my business and then started my YouTube, and then everything like really blew up, especially when I released my Amazon FBA course, which was called Amazon Freedom at the beginning. We both ended up being successful on Amazon, and we both traveled to the Bahamas. We found a ticket at the time, which was, we literally went on like, one of those sites where it was like, like cheapticketsforyou.com, like some super sketch site. We found a ticket to the Bahamas for like $200 each, Canadian, right? That's like so cheap. It was there. I actually vlogged it. And so we were on the beach in the Bahamas, and we were making money from Amazon. And it was such an amazing feeling to be able to finally, in that short period of time, achieve what I dreamt, what I thought would take me years to achieve, right? And so that was kind of like that initial euphoria. Anyway, sidetrack. What happened was that when I started my YouTube and I grew everything, I moved to Arizona. Arizona, why? Because it was super warm, and I got inspired by reading The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco, which is a fantastic book. I highly recommend it if you are looking to make $1 million at any time in your life. I think we're all looking to make $1 million, right? Like I've done that, through hard work and dedication. I wouldn't say exceptionally hard work, maybe some will say, but anyway, I think anybody can make $1 million, literally anybody. You watching right now, no matter where you're from, it might be a little harder if you're not from like a Western country, like Canada, USA, or somewhere in Europe, like even here in Norway, obviously, like it's first world. It might be a little bit harder if you're from Egypt, for example, but it's not impossible, right? And that's the key to life. You have to believe in things that are, if it's possible, you can do it. And if you can do it, you should try. And you should really try past the initial failures, because there will be initial failures like I had. So released the course, went to Arizona, and my friend, he actually came down. He came down to Arizona with another friend, and they stayed at my place. I had just moved to this beautiful apartment in Arizona, in Phoenix, in Scottsdale actually, one of my favorite places in the world. And he, they stayed there, and he saw how much my income increased, obviously, because he was living with me, and he saw, how many YouTube subscribers I was getting, how many people were loving my videos, how many people were purchasing the course and everything. And I guess he got jealous or something. It's a normal thing. It's I don't blame him at all. I love the guy, genuinely. But it's a normal human thing. We have, our egos are so fragile. Our egos are so like, we have, and I'm actually making a video about this. It's going to be called Why Your Brain is Fucked. And yes, I know it's a clickbait title, but it's true. Basically, we have like the lower part of our brain and the upper part of our brain. The lower part is like our brain, the part of our brain that evolved first. So tens of thousands of years ago, that's like the brain that controls, just the ego, the human emotion, fear, things like that. So very fear driven. Then the upper part of the brain is the rational part of your brain. And that's like the rational part. So it's just like walking through to the store and you see a chocolate bar on the shelf, right? The lower part of your brain tells you, oh, you get the chocolate bar. It tastes amazing. You're going to feel so good. But then, the upper part of your brain kicks in and it's like, you probably shouldn't buy that chocolate bar because, well, it's not, you're on a diet or whatever, you're trying to lose weight, I guess, trying to get fit. So, so he got like jealous, I guess, or something. Maybe his ego got damaged. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't say, like, I can't say I'm a saint. I can't say that I wouldn't have had the same thing happen if I was in his shoes. Seeing your friend become so successful so quickly. Literally, I made my first million at 21 years old, just before I turned 22, right? Through dedication, through hard work, and through effort. And it was combined with Amazon FBA, with the sales of Amazon Freedom, with the course at the time, with the money I was making from YouTube, like the ads and everything that I was doing. And so basically, long story short, he just copied everything. He went home and he literally copied my videos, like all my shit, word for word, everything. And his friend did as well. Okay? And so many others have copied me that I don't know. So many others. I mean, it's normal. Success copies success. It's how it is, right? I mean, the point of entrepreneurship is to, like, I guess, you know, you take inspiration, but you improve over time. It's not just like plagiarism, right? So anyway, long story short, everything that he's done, I could tell that he never actually enjoyed doing it. And a lot of people that tried to do the same thing that I did, they tried to start an e-commerce business, then they tried to make courses about it. They never felt passionate about it. They never felt passionate about helping people. They never felt passionate about even e-commerce in the first place. And so for them, a lot of them, I mean, 99% of the people who were even doing YouTube, when I started several years ago, they're not around anymore. I'm the only one left. I am the only one left. Everyone that you see online about Amazon, they're all new. They're all brand new. So the moral of the story is, make sure that you walk through your own door. And I now understand that I can't say whether online business is the best for you in your specific case. I can tell you that if you've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, you always knew that there was more for you than just the regular, boring 9-to-5 lifestyle, you know, just waking up in the morning, going to work, sitting there all day, you know, going home, like sitting on your computer at the TV or whatever, making food, maybe going out with your friends once, twice a week, like then rinsing and repeating every single week. If you've always felt that there was more to your life than that, then yes, the answer is yes, you should consider starting an online business. You should consider becoming an entrepreneur. And if you, I mean, just in general, if you want to become an entrepreneur today, it would be stupid. It would be irresponsible of you not to start an online business, because the internet is not the future, it's the present. I mean, it's the present, and it's been the present for the past, 10 to 20 years minimum. All right, like I was sitting on the computer when I was 6 years old. Right, I was born in 96. So I was sitting on the computer in 2002 on a dial-up connection, you know, where like you double click the icon and it's like, you know, like it makes the sounds, and my mom couldn't speak on the phone while I was on the internet. Yeah, 90s kids, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about, dial up. So I've been around for a while on the internet, like literally almost since I was born. And like I said, is online business for me, if that's the question you're asking? Well, if the whole time that I was just talking just now about the 9-to-5 and how it's boring and you always feel like there's more in life than that for you, if the whole time you were like nodding your head and you were like, yes, 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 then yes, you should. And now the question is it easy? No. But is it damn worth it? Yes. Why? Because you achieve freedom. And freedom, it's not the cars, it's not the like the money, it's not the material things. Although before you make the money, all these things will motivate you, right? Because you got to have some kind of motivate. Like if you want a Ferrari, I guess, I don't know, Ferrari, Lamborghini, that's like the common thing that people want in the online business. Like if that's what you want, I mean, it's a good thing to aim for. When I was starting out, I was like, yes, my dream car is an Audi R8. And then once I actually made enough money to buy an Audi R8, I sat in the Audi R8 in Vancouver, Canada, Capilano Audi, and I sat down in the thing. I was like, Jesus Christ, my 6'2" body is like deformed in here. I was like, this is terrible. We went over one bump, and that damn Audi R8 hit the bump. I'm like, no. this is just a liability. Like I'm gonna destroy this car in a week. So I bought a different Audi instead, a much nicer convertible that was way more fun, that I could like rip around corners. I wouldn't care about speed bumps because it's a little higher. It was like half the price. Anyway, it's freedom, right? It's freedom. That's what the point is, and that's why my company is called Ecom Freedom. That's why what I'm building here, my mission now in my life, and I found this through this whole journey that I just talked to you about, is to build the number one greatest, best online education platform for learning how to achieve success with online business and just live a better life. So not just online business. I want to get into fitness as a huge part of my life. I want to get into so many things like developing your social skills, developing charisma, becoming more extroverted. Because I was quite shy, I guess, when I was younger. You know, I didn't have social skills that were very, very developed. For me, everything that I learned, everything that I am today is the result of my own learning. It's the result of self-education, of reading books, of taking courses, of like non-stop self-education, learning, reflecting, and taking action. That's the most important one. But I've rambled long enough. I think I'm going to take some questions now. It's a damn beautiful sunset right there. Like it does do it pretty justice. I can see it in the live screen. So let's see here. Oh, we got the classic spammers. Let me see. Hide user. I don't know. How do I I don't understand why some people feel the need to type the same thing 20 million times. Somebody has to tell me, how do you stop people from spamming on the chat? Because this guy literally asked the same question like 100 times. It's so fucking annoying. Matt DeVries says, took your course and I'm now making 10K revenue a month, a year and a half later. So many people call me a scam. So many people call me, I've been called fucking everything since I started. And that's normal. I mean, if you look at any person who's doing great things, any person who is living the best life, any person who is like doing something different than society, it's the crabs in a bucket mentality, right? They are going to be talked down by tire kickers and by pathetic people who like to sit on their couch and eat Doritos and chill on the internet and, just like cry themselves to sleep at night.